Good morning, guys. I hope you are all having a great week. So here is where things stand with Dragon Balloon. I had kind of a weird week with it since my last vlog. As I record this, it's just after 9 o'clock on Thursday. And I'll be honest, like I said last week, I was sucked down the news vortex and had a hard time working, and all of my energy over the weekend went towards like contracted work I have for clients, just trying to get that done. And so Dragon Balloon took a step back. Then on Monday, after a weekend of work, I felt like I had caught up and I was kind of back on track. So I woke up, and the first thing I did when I sat down to work was my timed 1 hour and 1 hour only of Dragon Balloon. And where I had left off last week was I had zero drafted, I think, the first 2 or 3 scenes. That was it. It was like an opening image and a setup, and I think that was all I got. And something kind of weird happened on Monday. In 1 hour, I got all the way through the catalyst and both debate scenes, and all I have left to finish Act 1 is the break into 2 scene. I think a big part of the reason I was able to get all of those scenes done so quickly, in fact I know this is why, is because if you recall when I made my beat sheet back in December, and I had that long kind of document going where I was rambling all my thoughts, I kind of forgot that I did this, but at the time, as I was coming up with the beats and writing them on the post-it notes, I was getting way longer, bigger, more developed ideas and recording them on that in that document. And then when I set up or opened my Save the Cat software and I created the Dragon Balloon document, I imported all of that and I separated all of the rambles into all the different scenes, like assigned them to each of the beats. And when I went back to read them on Monday, skimming through it, they were way more developed and close to a zero draft already than I thought they were. Like all of my setup stuff, I had a lot going on there. I've said this before, but Act 1 on almost every project I've ever worked on, going up through Act 2 is like the most developed part of the book for me. It just works that way. I see everything at the beginning way more clearly than I see the ending. I usually have like a few beats for the ending clearly in mind to aim for, but I don't know how to get there. And then Act 2 is what I struggle with the most. So yeah, the zero drafting went super fast because there was already so much there to work with that it was very easy to just kind of flesh it out and turn them into more complete, if messy, scenes. So that's today. I mean, now it's 9:12 and all I gotta do is zero draft this break into 2 scene, which is gonna be a real fun scene. Obviously, I think break into 2 is that moment where the character leaves her current kind of world the way it is, whether real or metaphorical, and steps into the new world, the new adventure. And that's, I think, for most of us, that's always gonna be a really fun scene to write. So that's it for today. That's my goal. And then I will be done with Act 1 of the zero draft. That's awesome. So let's see if I can get this done. And done with a whole lot of time to spare. I have a zero draft of Act 1. I actually spent some of that time because the break in the 2 scene I was able to write really quickly. I had some kind of ideas there already, and yeah, it came quick. It took me about 20 minutes, and then I spent 10 to 15 minutes like reading through what I had and adding a little bit more details. But I really, really like Act 1, and I'm very excited about writing the first draft of it and like really fleshing out the details and all of that. I'm kind of tempted to just start doing that, but no, I need to get through and really figure out where things are going and what, like the more specifics about what I'm building to here before I write the first draft. Definitely got to get all of the zero draft done first. So I am going to stop there for today and save the fun and games for tomorrow. Like I keep saying, that's proving to be one of the more difficult parts of Save the Cat for me, just to get enough scenes and to get the pacing right. And a lot of this is stuff I can worry about in revisions, I know, but I want to get it as close as I can, you know, right now at this point in the progress. So I'm looking actually at my board right now for Act 2, for the first half of Act 2, all of the fun and games. And I did do a good job on my beat sheet of something that I've overlooked way too much in the past, which is kind of alternating A story and B story as you go in the fun and games. I talked about this before, but I tend to have an issue with my B stories, which is that I don't plan for them very well in the outline, and then when I'm drafting, the characters who are featured in the B story kind of take over and I run with them, so I have this thing where I'm like, oh, I built up this A story and here we are in Act 2 and here's the B story, and all of a sudden it takes precedent and the A story starts to like fall under new exciting B story stuff because I didn't plan it out, and then it gets me excited as I'm drafting, and yeah, that's how my drafts go off the rails and turn into a mess. So this time I really thought through the B story. I know specifically one particular character who's going to be very important to the B story, and also the way it works, I believe, is that the A story is going to be more the more scenes that focus on the main character, Logan, her goal and what she wants, and the B story scenes are going to be a little more focused on what she needs. Or another way to put that might be alternating scenes that are about the physical bad guys versus the inner bad guys, if that makes sense. I think that's going to, I hope, that's going to help me get a better fun and games section, a better first half of my Act 2. And then once I get into Act 3, which is bad guys close in, that's kind of where the B story, those inner demons and the inside stuff, the need stuff, really starts to catch up with the A story and causing repercussions and causing things to go wrong and really spiral out of control for the main character. I hope all of that makes sense. So that's kind of where I am right now. I am going to shut this down for the morning because I got to get back to work on all the other things on my to-do list. But hooray, I'm real happy with how this is going. I hope you guys are having a great week too, and that your projects are going well. Please update me in the comments below. Let me know how it's going, and I will see you Monday with another video. Bye.